Good evening. I hope that your Tuesday has been absolutely phenomenal and you were able to build off of your successes from Monday. So, after a conversation I had with another cattle producer today, it became readily apparent that I have failed my audience in one respect at least. And that is at least sharing the other product divisions that the Conklin Company brings to the table and the successful implementation of how those can impact your operation if you can utilize those products. Well, we were talking about cows, which, if anybody really knows much about me, is pretty much my passion, and I love preferably Red Angus, but pretty much all cows I can live with. Andy, great to have you on tonight. So, we're going to introduce the animal division tonight. We call it Fast Track. It started in 1985 as one of the first three divisions, or one of the first three divisions to bring probiotics for animals, or as we call them, direct fed microbials. And what this does is it enhances your nutrition program that you already have in place. And Conklin has been part of several dairy world records feeding programs. And if you know anything about dairy, which I'm not that familiar with, but I do know that if you can get more milk, preferably, you would get more money. Bryce, great to have you on. Been a long time, so it's great to have you on. Well, we're going to start with an analogy tonight. So, if you were trying to build a house, but you weren't protecting this house from anybody, any villains or any evildoers from stealing the boards after you left for the day, you know the house needs to be built because winter's coming, but you also need to protect from people stealing the boards. And to successfully complete that house, you have to make sure everything gets put in place and finished. And that is what Fast Track can add to your nutrition program. Is it helps to top off what you are already doing with your animals. Noah, Mr. and Mrs. Griffin, awesome to have you on tonight. So here's some questions to get your thinking going tonight, get you kind of processing how Fast Track can fit into your nutrition program. So, do you prefer a chemical solution or a natural solution for your animals? Because Conklin prefers more of a natural solution. Just like on the crop side for hay and your foliar feeding of hay crops or pasture, we prefer those softer chemistries. So, are you willing to improve your livestock's opportunity to express their full genetic potential? Do you want to improve the health of your herd? Do you want to maximize your feeding program? If you're in the show industry, do your animals go off of feed or water after they've been transported? Are you having issues during certain times of the year like calving or weaning? Do they cause issues with losing some rate of gain potential? So I'm going to introduce two products tonight. The microbial pack is pretty much good for any species of animal. Me personally, I have used it on hogs. I have used it on my beef, my cows, my calves, and I've also used it for chickens when I had chickens. So it definitely fits all categories. Now, what you're going to do with the Fast Track is you're going to top dress basically. What I did for the hogs though is I did mix it in at, what was it, 5-pound bag for 1 ton of feed. And that kind of works out just about right. But on the beef and the chickens, I just top dressed according to what the label suggested. Jessica, great to have you on. So if we're going to be using the Fast Track, it's a maintenance supplement. You're going to try to enhance the digestion and metabolism, enhance your immune function, enhance your hair and skin condition, give you a little better rate of gain, and improve your production. And like I said, I personally have used that product on beef, poultry, and hogs with great results. My stepson, when he showed pigs, was second in the rate of gain by using the Fast Track in the feeding program. And I don't weigh my calves, but they always do really well. Due to an internet connection problem. Come on. Okay, due to an internet problem, we had to wait for a second. So the second one is what we call Jumpstart Gel. Now we know that any productive, mature animal that we are going to keep in our herd or our flock starts with good health at the beginning. Now with the Jumpstart Gel, one testimony I've had for baby calves is there was a friend of mine that his family had always struggled with scours. Every year they were always losing calves or had calves that were way behind others because they had severe cases of scours. And once he implemented the Jumpstart Gel, in which he gives it pretty much as soon as he can catch the little buggers, it reduced the amount and the effect of what scours had in his herd. Significantly enough that was 5 years ago, and he has continued to purchase enough Jumpstart to do every calf in his herd and have a tube left over for any sick ones that may come up with something else that he has to doctor. Because as most livestock people know, their baby calves are born with a neutral gut, and the faster we can get that good bacteria in there, the faster we get those receptor sites with good bacteria, the better we're going to enhance the ability of that calf to do better in the long term. We give it a better opportunity. So personally, I think this should be in every farming operation that is doing calves, especially if you're going to be doing in winter weather or hot summer weather, any extreme, because you're going to know that those animals are a little bit under stress, and you're going to give it the best opportunity to be successful and have a great shot at being healthy. And especially if you hold back your own heifers, or you keep, any of your own, you know how important that is to make sure that we get them off to the best start possible. So a little bit on the Fast Track ingredients. I know this is probably a little dry, but I feel like it's important. I feel like it's imperative that people are aware of this, especially as we get ready to start spring calving season, anytime for some people. Lactic acid producing bacteria, these are added to the diet to support digestion. Bacillus subtilis helps enzymatic action. There's 4 types of fungus, and this supports fiber digestion and energy production. And if you would like the names of them, drop me a message and I will type them out for you. But I didn't want to butcher the names. There is one type of yeast that supports fermentation enzymes and your B vitamins. Then live yeast, yeast culture, and yeast metabolite, so that we get that good stuff in there. The prebiotics are in, and the chicory root is the prebiotic in Fast Track. You got specialized proteins. These aid in the immune system in protecting against specific disease-causing pathogens. Jason, great to have you on, as always, appreciative. Several enzymes. What these are going to do is the chemical catalysts that break down a feed into absorbable end products. And these are split into two groups, ones that are made in the animal and the ones that derive from the diet. So, let's see. Herbs, they're plant-based materials, basically for flavoring and health. They support muscle, digestion, immune, fluid retention, inflammation, and energy. And then, of course, your vitamins and minerals. And just like on the crop side where you have micronutrients, the vitamins and minerals are needed in very small amounts to produce normal metabolic and physiological function. And most of the microbial products are not complete vitamin and mineral supplements. So you're still going to have to put out some mineral on top of that. Now, one big question we always get is, what's the shelf life of Fast Track? And typically you want to use it by the use by date or within 6 to 8 months of the manufacture date. Typically, you want to keep it from getting too hot or freezing, ideally. Let's see. Just wanted to make sure I get all the questions answered that usually come up. Typically, temperature dependent definitely has something to do with the shipping. And we want to make sure that we stay out of those extreme temperature ranges, if at all possible. So usually Conklin will ship Fast Track Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and usually don't ship it on Thursday and Friday due to the possibility of it sitting in some warehouse over the weekend. Especially during the summer months, they really stick to that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday shipping time frame. Is Fast Track organic? That all depends on your organic certifier. Everybody seems to have different regulations. It's not a one size fits all, it seems like. So what you'd have to do if you are in the organic market is to call your certifier, and we can share the paperwork with him, the corporate office will, to make sure that you are staying within your guidelines for organic certification. And Ashley is a phenomenal resource in making sure that everything is hunky-dory as far as that goes, and make sure that you stay well within your Okay, technical difficulty 2. So anyway, in conclusion, if you are interested in learning more about the Conklin Fast Track line, and specifically specific ways it can help you, contact me at 515-822-7095 or drop me a message here on Facebook, or contact Ashley Bruce at the Conklin corporate office. She's a phenomenal resource, but we'd love to help you in your livestock operation. And one little side note is they do have dog treats, and I have found that about 90 to 95% of dogs absolutely love them. They work good, especially if you're visiting farms or something that have dogs. Lets them become your best friend pretty quick. So, hope you guys all have a great night. Tomorrow night, I am going to introduce the vehicle products, another division the Conklin Company has. Definitely, if you have any kind of vehicle, which I'm guessing everybody does, they definitely will enhance and help with what you are doing. Have a great night. Great crowd tonight. Much appreciative, and look forward to introducing Fast Track into your livestock operation.